what we could.
That's amazing. Armored Core Legacy, I hope you guys last forever. And I hope that you grow.
Thank you.
Especially now with this game coming out. We're so glad to have the veterans of the community here with us. That's important for this showcase. And with that, let's explain the format of what we will be seeing today.
Let's dive in.
In Armored Core 6, you can select from 1v1 or 3v3.
And a 3v3 is a test of endurance with teams earning points over a set time limit.
Today, we will be watching a 3v3 with Oroboro and Fightin' Cowboy as team captains.
Each team captain is going to have a Bandai Namco team member as well as an Armored Core Legacy player supporting each captain.
Our Armored Core Legacy players from Chang will be joining Oroboro, and Cleric will be on Team Fightin' Cowboy.
Right on. I'll tell you what, Fightin' Cowboy and Oroboro specifically, we have this kind of bloodbath brewing. Between them, there's this rivalry. It's
Hold on.
hilarious. Look, I've been listening to it all day. The banter in the hall, the banter at lunch and everything. These guys are ready to go.
Actually, you know what? I do remember the story that on social media that they were posting pictures
you probably
online.
heard of some of this.
They're trolling back and forth.
The trash talk has already started, and this is great because this brings back memories of the tournament scene. We do this same thing. You start beforehand, you start during, it goes after. So I can't.
This PvP section.
This is the section.
This is what we're all waiting for.
Absolutely.
I was scouring the internet, and obviously we're doing this today, and I know that there's no PvP online.
Right.
This is the debut.
Exactly.
And I've been, I even watched the Japan one, and I was like, we're going to see some good stuff today.
That's an important thing here. We don't have anything canned. There's nothing pre-recorded here. Everything with PvP
Everything
today
is
going to be live right here. Absolutely.
I'm so excited
to go through this. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. I know. Well, I mean, you're friends with, some of the team captains, but...
Chang and, Eric, etc. But, hey, as far as where things go, we'll see where it takes us. It's hard to pick favorites here,
Oh, man. I mean, for PvP in general, what is the most important thing when you're thinking about doing, playing with others in Armored Core? What is the most important thing that you would like to tell anyone if they're just starting out and they're playing with their friends?
Yeah, if you're playing with your friends and you're getting into versus, I'd encourage you, don't let nerves get to you about, I don't have the meta build of the day, or I'm not using the main burn thing, or whatever flavor of the day it is. Get in, enjoy your designs. Maybe you ran something in the missions and PvE you'd like using. Get in and use that. If it doesn't work for you, look, what's the worst outcome? You can come in, you can change your design around, you can recustomize and actually go back in and check it out. So a big part of PvP is just getting in there and just engaging, just doing. And I think that mental game, getting over that own check mark in your own head is really key, really crucial stuff.
Oh, man. Look at this.
Well, look at this. We got taking some footage here in the action, in the heat of things. Fightin' Cowboy running this tank. He's been an absolute bruiser setting up here. Oroboro trying to get in and play.
He's a beefy dude in there.
He is a beefy dude. Beefy dude, I love a beefy dude. If you look at his tank.
Look at that. He wasn't joking when he was talking to me earlier. Yeah, look at that.
Going down, taking the first down. Now, I got to make it a really important note here. Something's happening here we didn't have in the previous Armored Core games. There is a respawn system, and there's a point system you see up there that's happening at the top of the screen. Past AC games, if you were out, you were out. That was it. But not here. You get a timer, and the longer you stay alive, the more points you're actually worth. We're actually zooming in, going to be looking at some of the strategies everybody's putting down. Oro going down after putting out the assault armor. He's ready to push your opponent back here.
Oh, he's ready to come back.
But he's chomping at the bit. He's chomping at the bit. He's ready to get back in.
He's thinking now. He's like, okay, you think you're playing. I'm not playing.
We're going to be zoning the strategies that everybody's going to be putting forward and using here. Oro's getting right back in there with the assault boost. Really the new version of overboost. Those of you who played Armored Core 2 and beyond, you're going to remember where we were standing with that.
And all the parts that are moving right now, they're controlling every single piece of that.
Exactly. Now there is it's important to note, they're not using every single part that's available. There's a list, kind of a canned list of parts we can use today because we can't use everything.
Oh, I see.
But let me tell you what, everyone is putting these to max use as far as their builds. We got lightweights, heavyweights, and everyone's come out with some multiple designs. I definitely want to play to some of the granular things that are going to be happening here in Strat. You see that stagger bar building up. Staggered.
You definitely want to build that stagger.
And he did. In down.
Oh, man. Look at him smiling.
And
look at
Fightin' Cowboy's loving this. See,
I
told you, blood in the water. It's blood in the water.
Oh, there we go.
Well, they love each other. I'm sure they love each other, right? They love each other.
Some. There's a lot of love lost. A lot of it. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Got to speak to the gameplay loop that happens here. Again, setting up those stuns. You can't. Sometimes you're not always in a position to take advantage advantage of it. But a good portion is to be ready. Make sure your weapons aren't overheat. Chain stun, get that boost kick in the blade, whatever you can to put your opponent down. And in the chaos of PvP here, sometimes you get ambushed, like fighting Cowboy here, taking the blade to behind. Madness. Even if even if you got the awareness and wherewithal to really stay in this, and you can still
I feel
get
like,
ambushed.
you know, Oro is super focused right now.
He is.
He's like, I gotta get this guy.
Oro.
Fighting Cowboy. Okay.
Oro taking another down. The Alpha team up 17-20, but Beta at 18-24 here. There it is.
Man.
There it is. And fighting Cowboy with the
Wow, that was intense.
vicious smile.
That was a crazy match. Like, that's our first PvP match. That's insane.
Man.
I did that too. But, you know, let's join our players because,
here we are.
you know,
We're coming back into another match here.
Yeah.
Taking a pan of our team. Fighting Cowboy.
Look how great they all look.
Everybody's got their emblems ready to go.
Look at that.
It's legit.
That's
Cleric by his
beautiful.
side in the white Renton tank. And we've got Team Green Screen, the glitch in the Matrix here.
They all got it thought out.
This is really
What is going on?
John Oroboro and from Cheng here, ready live to kick off. Quad Alpha Beta, our second round of PvP coming in here live for AC6.
I still can't believe we're doing PvP today. This is insane.
This is...
I know that my community at home is freaking out right
And
now.
look, the Gundam fans, if you got anybody coming from that, look, they gotta
All
be
of
digging
them.
this right now.
This
So,
is the game,
This
you know?
is the game. This is it. This
And
is
when
it.
you play, it feels weighty. It feels
There's weight
amazing.
and heft to your AC,
Yes.
and there's just that chunkiness to everything you're doing. So Fighting Cowboy taking advantage of the new feature of quads here. If you're a quad fanatic like myself, I love quad gameplay. Quads have become super aerial now. Fighting Cowboy just taking this position. The aerial assault, notice just raining down hell on everybody.
They're taking advantage of that 360 view. Like, look at that.
Absolutely. And then just reestablishing position as soon as he gets his energy set. Really taking a good job to manage his generator, his energy. Panning back into Oroboro, who is also running a quad, running dual back cannons instead of those dual rockets. He's got the dual laser cannons. Anybody remember in Armored Core 4? I'm thinking of the Sirius. So fantastic combo to set up the deal. Huge damage. And speaking of huge damage, look at Cleric.
Cleric is popping off right now.
He is trying to use that barrier, using that
But
pulse
you always
barrier.
have to keep in mind of like how much you're using on your. Oh, there it goes.
Do.
Okay.
And there goes Cleric going down. Oro taking a bit of a beating because and sure enough, cleaning up that last bit of AP he had.
But no, you know, he can rise back up. Oro definitely does. We've seen it do it before. But this is an epic battle right now. Epic battle.
It is a back and forth. You've got, and check this out again.
Oh, wow,
There's
that was
another down.
That was very
Cowboy
great.
is taking advantage, getting right back in. Using his pulse shield as well. These are really important. You guys remember the beautiful boost kick coming from Fighting Cowboy. If you remember the extension parts in previous Armored Core games, it's kind of like that. You get core ability extensions you can make use of. Cowboy going down here.
Down.
Big comment. Somebody finally looking up and taking the quad out of the
Revenge,
air.
though.
Flipping
You
the
know,
wings.
there's revenge in this game. I'm sure.
Showing you that, you know, even quads going aerial, that does not make you invincible. Sometimes that can make you a sitting duck. Check
gosh.
this out. Oro.
Everything moves so
It
fast
does.
as well.
This is high flick,
So you got to be
high pace.
thinking fast as well.
You do. Not just with your own AC, lining
Right.
up your own attacks, but also trying to coordinate the best you
With
can.
your team.
With your team.
Very
Huge stun
important.
here going down on Cleric, and Cleric takes the down.
And once the game comes out, you already know.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are just taking advantage
yeah.
of all the, all the customizable pieces that they can do with their AC. Oh!
Oro taking his down after trying to reorient. No dice.
Oh,
and again,
man.
notice you cannot use anybody who's worried about the whole repair kit
Right.
deal. That's in PvE. You cannot use those in PvP. So you have to deal with the set of AP that you've got set up here.
There's only 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. Making the
Anything
most
can
of it.
happen.
Alpha team with a huge jump, going up to 1192. Holding a substantial lead here. Fighting Cowboy taken to the skies again, and really trying to really paint himself as the villain.
I think so.
In this story.
But he's smiling the whole time,
In
so
the
he's
story,
definitely a villain.
He's loving it. He's loving it.
The perfect villains always smiling.
Aren't
when
they,
they're-
though?
When they're taking everyone down.
I think this guy watched Rocky 4. He's
Oh,
kinda, he's
I
kinda
mean,
pulling some
yeah,
Michael
pretty
Drago
much.
tactics here.
Especially when he was talking about like how he likes his ACs. You know, he doesn't play around.
He does not.
No. Oh, my
He
goodness.
is just getting some wonderful barrages in without these
I love
multi-lock
that.
missiles.
Look at this, the color scheme on his AC.
He's got the camo going.
It looks great.
I know, it's fantastic, fantastic. Cowboy finally taking that down to the ground, going in with the Salt Boost. Important note here, when you use a Salt Boost / Overboost, we're actually encouraged to do that. You shave a little bit of damage you're taking yourself, but you also deal a little bit more damage as you're going into. So really getting in. Speaking of getting in to do
I
work.
saw that.
Fighting Cowboy, fight for his life here, popping that pulse, getting back in the air, getting a brand new stun off to Oro's quad. It's gotten personal now. It's gotten personal.
It's real close right now. It's like,
and Cowboy
no.
taking the down. I know Oro's got to be enjoying that. My God.
I literally, I can't breathe. This is it. This is, I already want to play.
It's high test. It's high test, but Beta Team still trying to swing back here at 10:44 over to Alpha Teams at 1692. Where are we going from here? Oro with low AP, 1558. He's going to do what he can with this last bit of AP. We got 15 seconds in the round. Let's see what happens with this hustle. Oro going down. Obviously, his core expansion being used. The rest of his team trying to pull together here. This 5 seconds, last 5 seconds.
Let's go.
That countdown, and it is over. Finished. We have Alpha Team up 1958.
Okay, no more gun. No more gunboat.
There it is.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable. And we've got our 3rd round of PvP
Let's
setting
go.
up. Let's zone in here. Squad, Alpha.
I think Oroboro is going to, he looks like he's ready to take this one.
He is, look. Boro's got something to prove here. And
Yeah, he does.
He's not leaving. Look at the Gatling gun layout
I know, he's
here.
not, he means business.
We've got an entire team of tanks rolling the dual Gatling guns. Listen, if you guys love the MG-1000 World Armored Core games, check this out. This new MG is an absolute stagger machine.
I love the Gatling guns. Look at that.
And not just the Gatling guns, we got dual grenade launchers rolling all over the place. These grenade launchers are a callback to the GLL. Those of you who played Armored Core Nexus era, the light grenade launcher, but it still means business. It shoots three grenades each volley. So if you can home in on somebody, you can get 6 grenades off, cause an insane stun. And we're going to see what can happen coming from Oro here.
And look at them utilizing the whole map here.
Taking advantage of, that new turn speed with the tanks. And Oro snapping off those grenade shots, recentering himself, using that quick boost very, very well, but taking a ton of damage and punishment himself, going down.
Sometimes you can go overboard with that,
You can overcommit. You can overcommit. Too easy to do. Too easy to do. And I understand in the whole melee.
Especially when you're in it, I've noticed that I've done that too, but is always be mindful of everything that you're doing, even when you're like in the heat of the moment.
Exactly. Both team captains taking a hit or two, but neither are deterred. We got Fighting Cowboy heading right back in with the overboost. He's honing right in. Stuck an obstacle there, but he still gets over it, and he's right back into the melee. Check it out.
That was an 80 AP.
It looks like rolling the shotgun. The rockets really just staying on.
I'm just stunned.
With the
my gosh.
Boost. Didn't build up a full stun, but still got some good damage. Still got some good damage out, and that's key. Sometimes you won't be able to stay home for the full deal. You're gonna have to help your team deliver on that. Sometimes let them do the rest of the dirty work. It's okay.
The limit is like, it's really easy to kind of go overboard. What are some tips that you can give people about not doing that too much?
Back in 5 and Verdict Day, when we were looking at urban combat like this, you could kick off the walls a lot. Since we don't have that here, maps where you have cover, make use of that. Those of you who are fast, if you're maneuverable, break locks as much as you possibly can.
So break locks.
Assault armor. Yeah. So anybody worried about auto tracking too much, I can't get away from my opponent. If you're moving fast enough, you can still get out of that lock reticle, save yourself some trouble, get out of that train wreck, leave yourself for another day.
Oh man.
Oro getting a rare respite, a breather.
Right. I'm like, what is he doing over here? He's just relaxing.
Sometimes you get a little time to coast, reorient. Sometimes you got an opening. If you down enough enemies, you can kind of recenter, recoordinate with your team, bring things back together, tighten back up, and that's what we're going to need right here as Oro and gang start to get flanked. But turning that right around, turning the tables, using that 360 turn on tanks. Tell you what, I gotta say this about tanks. Anybody at home watching this, a big weakness of tanks in the past, people try to use their blind spots, but notice you can spin at the torso with tanks now, and it's not as much of an issue. And another down, and we're looking at Fighting Cowboy with low AP,
I'm loving to see like how everyone's playstyle is so different in here.
Markedly different. We have some running support a little more.
Right.
Others who are right in, like Fighting Cowboy, taking us down, but still dishing out as much
I don't know what we
damage as he's taking. Just tenacious.
I mean, they're getting major air in here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just raining down on them, you know?
These dual Gatlings, and by the way, the sound design, the audio is absolutely gross. It's amazing. The sound of dual miniguns going off with the casings raining, there's nothing like it.
You're pretty much like getting a vision. Everything is visually beautiful in this game. You know, you always wonder, how is it going to look? Well, we see right here, this is what you're going to get.
Oh, we've got a pinning with Oro just circling, circling, and then the full down. Total AP bar just stripped there. Now, one thing, too, which ideally what they want to happen with those grenade launchers.
Right.
Kind of like back in AC4, if you can hit splash damage, that counts for a lot. You don't have to hit an opponent bang on with those grenades. So sometimes taking to the air, not getting that bang on hit, or like here with Oro taking advantage of the stun,
Ooh.
that might be your best play. And we've got a back-to-back stun. Back-to-back stun.
Look at all of
Claire
them come together. This is
to-
amazing.
Claire trying to get out of this, making use of his pulse shields, but I don't know how much longer he can hold on here. Turn around and focus on Oro. Oh, well, good timing because his teammates got pulled off from the action a little bit.
And the thing is, like, look how they're sticking together, too. They're
Still a
trying to
tight
stick in
formation. Still a tight formation. It's easy to get caught all the way across the
Right.
map in cases like this, but everybody is staying just succinct, precise.
We got 30 seconds to go. I mean,
Right.
it could be anyone right
You're
now.
zoning down. Team Alpha is up 18-20. I heard Team Beta's 13-72. If Alpha just holds on to this with just no huge mistakes, no huge downs, we should be sailing. 15:04. We can get a couple last minutes. We got 15 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. It is real close right now.
Oro making
pull all those
his
stops.
push to make a press here. What can we make happen? Oh, and there it is. Team Beta with that swing.
Whoa.
17-47, and Oro is loving
Look at
this.
Oro. I had a feeling Oro was like, hey,
He's loving
it's
this.
my time right now. Look at him.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him with a smile.
He's like, I got this.
Still calm. Getting things together with this team. And speaking of, we have
See,
changed
every
maps.
time
I
they
loved
change
it. I
up
love this
everything,
rollout.
that looks beautiful.
Here we go. We've got a heavily armed quad cowboy there. We got a dual plasma rifles rolling in that reverse joint. Look out for that. I'm going to be talking to that explosive
I
damage
can't wait to
happening
see what
here.
he does
I
with
saw the
that.
first one, I'm like,
Bear in
no
mind,
way.
anybody who remembers, again, 5 in Verdict Day,
They're
we
doing
have
their own
3
stuff.
different types of damage happening. In AC5VD, we had
Ooh.
CEKE and TE
That
damage.
is beautiful.
We got explosive. We got energy.
They look
damage
like
and solid here.
claws.
Yeah, don't they though? They do.
look
It's
like
got- I love
like
the
clippers.
counterweight. It's kind of got an alien design, a look to it. Again, going to work with the plasma rifles right away. This is one of the variable charge
man.
weapons you can take advantage of. You can
Ooh.
just shoot like Cowboy's doing here. If you want to hold down your triggers, you can charge them up. You'll get a triple explosive burst from each plasma rifle. We might see those
That
put used.
he's moving so agile.
But look at this.
It's-
Look at this.
It's so smooth.
The nice thing about, again, the explosives are that you don't have to be bang on with every shot. Sometimes that shit damage you can add up
Right.
is just destructive. And, you know, the best part, he's got those explosive missiles on the back, too. Just a setup to really stagger blind, keep opponents off balance.
It's just moving so
Absolutely.
beautifully right now.
Fast RJ build. Quads might be good at air control now, but do not count out the reverse
Oh.
joint and their power of verticality. Speaking
Look
of
at
which,
that. He's
Cowboy just using these boost hops.
The
and
thing is, like,
managing his energy.
he's mainly using like all of the all of the map right here, and he's just going all over and making sure that he's covering everything.
Classic circle strafe going on here. Let's change up to Oroboro, taking to the skies with his quad once again.
And he's a big fan of this too. So let's see.
He's nothing but talk it up. I mean, I was watching him during the Steam
Right.
Cleaner play and stuff, go through this stuff. It's great to see him putting the same energy to play in PvP. Oro getting a full snap of grenades off. Fantastic.
Popping off. I already knew it. I knew that he had it in him, and he's letting loose right now.
There's a lot of us out there that call the grenade launcher the problem solver, formerly known as the GNL-15, but again, the GLL here, just fantastic work. I love it. I love it. One of my favorite weapons. Oh man, Oro caught in a little bit of stunnage here coming from the plasma rifles on the other side, but he still gets out of it. Low in energy, it's easy to overextend your generator
Right.
cap here, but notice once you hit the ground, the energy fills back up so much faster. So you've got to take advantage of that management. Cowboy.
Oh, Cowboy.
Trying to take
That's
advantage
rough.
of that aerial
But he's
assault
still
coming
smiling, so he's okay.
in. He's all right.
He's
all
gonna
right.
get right back up.
All right. Again, but things are still fairly even here at the
Mm-hmm.
takedowns. We got Team Alpha at 461 and Beta
Wow.
at 216.
But we still have an ample amount of time. It's 240.
240, 240. So anyone's game right now, as far as what's happening, we were talking about what should time limits be before
Right.
we were setting up for this. And I think 5 minutes is just right.
Yes.
Get you really immersed, get into that chaos, and get into that havoc.
Oh,
This is
crossfire. Let's just sweep
beautiful.
around
Again,
It
Cowboy,
is.
there's the triple shot, the charged up plasma,
Oh,
followed
he's
by
right.
the triple missiles and the
Oh!
kick. Those are the kind of
That-
combos that we're talking about that,
That
need
is
to happen.
beautiful.
Beautiful work by Cowboy. But
Oh,
he pays for it. I think Oro's team is getting wise to his game,
Oh,
trying
so
to
he's-
really
they're
punish
reading him.
Cowboy for this, trying to get the hard reads going on. We like to see it. Oro getting bold, just willing to take these grenade shots at a mid-air target, hopefully to hit bang on. So he gets close. There they go! Down to 1029 AP. Again, the longer you can keep yourself alive, the more of a target you make yourself because you stack
Right.
up more points, the more points you're worth.
and I wonder, like, if they're switching up the play style often, if their teammates are catching up too.
Right.
You know, and that's
Anybody out there worried about ammo count, you'll notice in the bottom right portion of the screen, ammo seems a lot more generous here in AC6 than we've had it in previous games. And I think no one's really had an issue with that lately, or if they had to drop parts. Just look at Cowboy here. I mean, I'm sure he's pressed to respond, but he has got plenty more where that came from. And he is not afraid to show that kind of
Nope.
distinction here.
he's
Raiden,
pretty aggressive too. The way he fights, he's very
he is.
aggressive.
There is no stop. Getting out of dodge, getting himself clear, but trying to stay in that counteroffensive as he falls back.
I feel like
the
also
target.
making sure your meter is not like over
Right.
is something that I think a lot of players have to keep in mind. Oh,
Using we're in a bit of a just all out in the middle of the open battlefield. Things are really crazy right now. But these tanks you see around the arena, it's an example of some of this cover you can take advantage of. You have too many problems of trying to break a lock. Sometimes it's best just get under that cover, save yourself some trouble, save yourself some hassle, get rid of that aerial assault. Speaking of aerial assaults, look at this.
this is just all-out attack.
Fighting Cowboy, digging in with another boost kick after he drops a whole
It feels like
volley
he's
of
already
plasma.
like knowing all of his moves, Oro's moves.
He
You
is,
know.
he is trying to predict them at least a bit ahead of time. We're down to the last 20 seconds. Team Alpha's got the lead right now with 1074.
Oh.
Can they hold on to it? We got the swing up to 1196.
Oh.
Beta 682 with Oroboro. Fresh off the spawn. 5 seconds.
Oh.
What do we make happen? We're going off, but it is not enough. And there's
All
the
right, that's
finish.
3.
Team Alpha
That's 3.
Wow.
up another game. And of course, Fighting Cowboy clearly with that look of saying, this is how it should be. This is how it was meant
Oh
to
yeah, and we're back on another PvP match.
Throwing things back.
Yes.
Continuing on with Squad Alpha. That is Fighting Cowboy's team. Eric,
Rhinestone Cowboy.
ready and gang, ready to go here against Oro. And from Chang, looking for some redemption here and looking at a
We
chance
always
to
have
get
the
back
missile
with John.
I love their
Rubicon
color
assisting.
scheme.
Got their own
Still trying to
missile
break the
boat.
game with that Matrix glitch look. You think they're trying
Yeah.
to use the green screen? I don't know here. Will somebody call them on something illegal? Right to the races
Ooh.
and a brand new map
I love
here.
watching their tactics here. Let's see.
So
Let's see.
here, this is going to be really interesting in this map. There's a lot less cover, and anybody familiar with classic Armored Core, this is a lot like the old school arena map. A nice big open area, no huge amounts of cover to worry about. Really here, you can't depend on the value of a lot of cover. You really just got to be aware, both aerial and on ground. Speaking of which, here we go with Cowboy again using these grenades. Already low on AP, but just totally shrugging off what's happening behind him. He wants this quad. He
He's
wants
very
them.
aggressive. He's one of the most aggressive players I've seen.
I can
so far.
respect that. Cowboy just not deterred. He zones in on his target. He wants to get that job done. My God, he tries to make it happen. Oro on the way here. Also, the fresh spawn himself, just jumping right in on things. Oh, the blade, the back, choosing not to do the double hit. Zoning in one more time. And is instead gonna just choose to back off a little bit. There's the blade combo from Oro, causing Flare to actually respond and pop his shield with Oro paying the price for that
Rough.
overcommitment. Man,
And it's punishing too.
it is.
Yeah.
It is very.
Especially if you get a little greedy, you know. They're punishing these players as well.
I can really respect as far as where the punishment comes from, as far as getting the stun, because again, like I was saying earlier, you're not always in a good position to take advantage of that stun.
Right.
You know, and the people that can seize it, man. Carpe
I just
diem,
love
people.
watching the team action. I think that's super,
It is. It
super
is.
awesome.
It is.
Oh,
Cowboy getting hit
Trying
by
to team up.
a blade from the flank, but no one really had enough to follow up on it. And that was a perfect example.
Right,
He might have had the
exactly.
stun, but it didn't end him.
exactly.
And check it out. Team Alpha is all over this again. It's 854 to
Ooh.
Beta's 108. I'm trying to get a takedown on Cowboy here to hopefully stack up some points, even things up. However, this goes to show, even with a ton of armor, you can make a tank just bleed AP. Well, it's already down in 2000s here.
Oh,
Look at this.
got him.
You can go down before fighting Cowboy does. Another stun and pop in the shield. Pop in the shield for pulse fences. And there goes Cowboy
Oh,
Got him.
with that hit. Fair enough. Fair enough.
rough.
I love this, how we keep the focus over on the team captains.
Right.
And Oro, staying collected. Staying collected. Alpha's up 983 to Team Beta's 465, but still, we have 2 minutes 17 left.
I feel like with those kind of legs, they're very agile.
They are, and in fact, reverse joints, just from my time with the game, they feel a little quicker than they
Right.
did in the past.
I was
There's-
wondering about that because it looks like it's quicker too.
Now, in previous ACs, of course, there was like lightweight reverse joints, heavyweight versions, and you've got different weight classes, of the types of legs here.
Right.
We see that assault armor going off, and look at this punishment.
That is punishment.
Everybody.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt that. Whoa.
Focus
Oh,
on
look at
tank
he has
one.
limit. Oh.
Unbelievable
Oh
switchback
my
happening
gosh.
here.
Oh,
Cowboy
down,
taking this down
two.
again. Absolutely trading hits
Oh,
here,
man.
but Alpha coming out the better. 12:03 to Beta 682. Still some time to make something happen here, but steadily running away with the lead.
I'm watching closely. I'm seeing where the teammates can. Oh,
Here it is.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is, this double, and check that out. Oro, though, taking his down, trying to go after Cleric. Sometimes there's always the bigger fish
Right.
policy. Gracious me. One of the favorite things, we're seeing quads and tanks in plenty. I'm loving this.
It is beautiful. I mean, this whole gameplay is unreal. It does not look.
Doesn't do it justice.
It's just gorgeous.
Oro was talking about this earlier, about how important your leg choice is. And I
Yes.
got to point to this. Everybody's using some very destructive weaponry right now. Quads and tanks are perfect for that. Leg types that give you a little bit less recoil in those very, very, very heavy,
Yeah, I love hearing
heavy-handed
about
items.
that because it's very important to this game.
It is. It is critical. Mission critical. Got another stun set happening here. Fighting Cowboys got to be happy about that. Taking a commanding
I
lead.
think Fighting Cowboy's just happy in
I
general.
think just in general here, he is loving this. Team Alpha up 1884 to Beta
Even when
791.
he's down, he's like, you know what? I don't really care because
the
I'm
man
playing.
just doesn't care.
He's having fun. And that's important, especially with team battle,
Absolutely.
especially if you're like the team leader. You can't be like showing like any signs of weakness. No. Oh,
Cowboy
5
getting
seconds.
that last down before he goes down.
Oh.
5 seconds. That'll be enough time to swing things. The finish.
Oh, the finisher.
Oro taking this to heart.
Oh.
The
Hey,
first
look at this one.
of this run back best of 5 series going over to Fighting Cowboy.
Back in it.
But we're getting back. Here we go. This
Oh, man.
run back best of 5. Fighting Cowboy and crew absolutely in their element. Squad Alpha
I don't know, because we taught him how to count.
here to post up.
But look at them
That's true.
legs, though.
Look at dim
Them legs,
though.
They're them legs, though.
Ooh.
Look at
Good
that.
balance here. A biped, a quad, and a tank.
Shade
Could
across the
hopefully
hall.
play to their strengths. What I'm hoping here, especially with that kind of setup, is to have the tank player sort of literally be that tank, get in and with the engagement. Hopefully the quad supports from the air with the biped able to pull some tricks, maybe some blade maneuvers from the flanks.
Look
We're
how
going to see
high
how it
he's
unfolds.
going.
And look at this already.
This air. Oh my
It's
gosh.
quad versus quad right away, wasting no time. Oroboro going to work with the dual
This is
laser
intense.
cannons.
Oh man.
Absolutely on fire here.
Oh, they're trying something different right now.
Fighting Cowboy taken back to the streets here.
Yeah, he's taking it back.
Taking it
That is.
Being forced to pop that pulse really
That is a
and getting the
gem.
boost kick back for revenge, running right into a spat of assault armor, and he's about to take it down here.
Oh, he's.
That's,
gotta be careful there.
He just,
gotta be
they
careful.
collected with interest.
Oh,
With interest. Cowboy
ouch.
taking early down. Yeah, the team Alpha though at 219, the Beta's 141. Still very fresh in this set. And John Rubicon down over on Oroboro's side, trying to get back in. hopefully Cheng and Oro trying to hold the fort until he arrives, gets a chance to speed back over.
Right.
That's going to be trouble. That biped's coming in a little light, swinging with some heavyweights here. He's going to have to really watch his step. Speaking of watch his step, huge loss of AP.
I feel like they're so focused right now.
They are. Look, it's the same thing, you know, back at the old LAN tournaments and being in person, about the amount of focus you have to give this and really zoning in, digging into every aspect of play here. Your energy management, this is critical. Playing it to how well your AP's holding up, what your team's doing. There are always a million and one things to watch at any given time of what we have happening here. And we're seeing that play out right before our eyes.
They're doing a magnificent job, though, especially with the combat being so intense.
Right. Now, some of you out there were worried that you'd be able just to lock and permanently follow someone. I hope you guys out there are seeing that a lock does not mean you're going to be able to track someone forever.
Right. And I know that people are talking about that online, and they don't have to worry about that.
Hiding Cowboy taking a slight break to refresh his energy here, but he's right back in the mix using that assault boost. And we're over to Oro, who's taken back to the skies. He is really remaining the skies here. And the difference between their play, both Oro and Fighting Cowboys are team captains, really taking advantage of quads. Oro is more like to go to the air here, while Cowboy tends to stick to the ground, uses that assault boost to really high frequency. Loving what we're seeing out of both these guys.
I love all the different tactics they're using. Especially, it's pretty vast. You know, they're playing very differently, but still killing it.
Absolutely. It shows you there's no limit where people want to take things here. And Oro taking some hits from the flank, but he managed to shake that off, focusing in, zoning in, sensing some blood in the water, trying to finish off this quad.
I think 5 minutes is a perfect time for these battles.
It keeps things intense, it keeps you involved, things don't drag out too long, and it keeps that hype high, that energy that we love to have, and everybody's giving it 110% here, with Oro taking another down.
Ouch.
Team Alpha with 9:67.
But we're probably going to watch him, like, get back right up.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oro's known to be doing that, you know.
He is.
He's very, you know, he likes his revenge.
Down but not out. Down but not out. Let's see what we can make happen. Oro with a fresh set of AP, also with the soul armor, waiting to go off there.
Ooh, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
But he should still be pretty good. Still, it happened in the air. He wasn't surrounded.
Right.
He was able to get himself to safety, and now he's kind of zoned himself into a 2-on-1 situation here.
Oh no.
Taking you guys saw it. I mean, look, he was 7,000 something AP a bit ago, and now we're looking at a 108 AP back against the wall. Look, the tide can turn on a dime in games like this.
Especially with teammates that, you know, that know what you're going to do next.
And everyone's in coordination. Man, just to get himself some air, but he's being gunned for here because everybody sees how low he is, and they're trying to fish that kill.
They're trying to support him right now, but it's just, they move too fast, I think.
Stay up. There it goes. And Fighting Cowboy in the mix again. Somebody tell this man it was supposed to be an exhibition. Taking everything to heart.
Yeah, he's just eating it up. He's like, this is mine.
Unreal.
Oh my gosh.
Just
44 seconds.
Taking his opponent here. And the team really has almost a double lead here. Commanding stuff. 1486 to 18.5.
Oh, we got double bladed. Oh, that was sick.
Cleric celebrated the double blade.
That's amazing.
1595 with 30 seconds remaining on the clock.
Let's see something. We want to see something.
Can there be any kind of turnabout? The assault armor going off on Cowboy's target, but Hunter just calmly sitting here from the air, raining down missiles. Oro just trying to scrap to stay alive, but it's not going to be enough. Going down with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. But Team Beta to 1934. What can happen here? We got 5 seconds.
I mean, anything can happen. We'll see. Oh, but Fighting Cowboy is standing his ground.
He is.
To the finish.
There it is. There's the finish. My bad. I thought 1934. It's 934. Of course, Team Alpha with that commanding lead again.
Right.
We're working with a limited set of weapons we can actually show today, but everyone here really just making a fantastic showcase of what's possible.
They are, and they're just using all, you know, their best builds right now that they can do in the game, and it's been such a delight.
Team Alpha changing things up and getting mobile, and it sounds like Fighting Cowboys team suspected this. The triple tank rollout. With
I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'm all about this.
Team Oro in for the heavyweight slugfest here, coming in.
The Gatlings, you know, they're just all of them.
I love it. And you know, this is actually great. Traditionally, in the older AC games, you know, the old MG 1000 was so good for missions and whatnot. But you know, people would tend, when it came to the MG 800 or some of the machine guns with slightly less ammo, maybe more accuracy and attack punch played in. But here, the Gatling gun, it's just a stun machine. If you can keep that bead, we're seeing that happen right here. Keeping those streams of fire going. And we've got a whole play of stun happening here. Oro just taking his time, cycling between targets, getting that first kill and that first down.
I am studying, like, he's all above him, just raining down right now.
He is. Now, in the same hand, that can be a vulnerable point for quads, because if you hover too long and you forget to allow your movement, use your quick boost, you're going to lose some maneuverability.
Well, obviously, he's right above him, too, and that's a critical thing in this game.
Which is pretty smart, actually.
Yeah.
We're talking about how tanks have less blind spots to deal with right next to them, staying just right over their head. If you can just get in that sweet spot, that Goldilocks zone to rain down those hits. And Oroboro taking the down early in the match, that's
rough.
Okay still.
But, I mean, he still has time. He still can do this.
Still has time. 224 to 141. No, we got Team Beta up slightly here. See if they can take advantage of that slight lead and slip things through.
Ooh,
Fighting
look
Cowboy,
at they were face to face
just
this whole
staying
time.
on his target,
oh my gosh, that was crazy.
And it's paying off.
That was
here.
intense. Oh, look at him. Oh,
there is no retreat in this man's blood.
Around in here. Oh gosh.
He saw the opening, and you know what? Look,
he did a full reverse when he was going at him. That is insane.
Absolutely. Sometimes you get those firefights and trades. I'm sure he took him down there, but look, that's a textbook. That goes to show there are those times where you can't always be afraid to get in and trade. Go for that firefight. It'll pay off. Maybe not for you in the best ways, but it can give your team the opening they need to take that advantage and get in.
Especially if you're taking one for the team too. If you know that you have to get in there to make things happen, then obviously we just saw that happen right now, but wow, this is intense.
Looking once more at Oro, setting up a huge stun combo, getting some grenades in midair. Absolutely beautiful stuff.
I'm just loving that they all three have chosen the same thing.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We got a smart use of cover for first join here, really taking Oro around the building, causing him to switch targets. Another stun going off. Let's see what Oro can make of it. With the assault armor hit, taking a kick, but
you definitely want to get those stuns in so you can just like do the major damage.
The more work we could put in, the better, because it all adds up in the end. And Oro trying to take advantage of this grenade sweep before he goes down.
Let's go. Oh, he's taking it off.
And
Oro's down. 2 minutes on the clock. Team Alpha 392 to Beta 737. Actually, Team Beta starting to get something going here, making something happening. Again, we're on match point for Team Alpha though. They've already won 2. If they take this, they're going to seal the deal, and it's over, folks. But Oro can still
I still got, you know, I still have faith.
You're going to hold out hope against hope. I like it. I like it. We love a comeback story. We've been making the Rocky IV analogies here.
You can do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's go. The Fighting Cowboy has been just demolishing this whole time.
His tracking has been great, just the way he's made. Beating his opponent.
And also canvassing the ground and just making sure that he's taking advantage of everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oro, it's interesting here. Oro has really been a player during this event. This is just fighting for position. To get that good position, to get in range, just to really rain down. He's not always taking those huge risks, getting in and doing those trades, but he's really set himself up well during this event. It's been good to see. About a minute left on the clock. And Team Beta's actually doing pretty good right now.
They are doing pretty good.
Let's see if that can actually hold out. Oro tracking his next target. Really just ignore what's going on behind him to zone in. And kind of other team. It's overhead. The team reconsolidating. I love it. The spin.
I love how he's just hanging off the top.
Tell you what, those people out there looking forward to playing tanks, there's a little bit of a topsy-turvy.
I think I totally feel this play style.
Right.
I'm all about the Gatlings. I'm all about the heavyweight. I love it. This is great.
Oh, this is a huge combo going here. Oro might have went down, but they got a lot of damage off during that time period. So
that was
you see where that places points. Alpha trying to close in a bit here, about 6:42, but only 7 seconds left on the clock. Things looking pretty good for Beta. Just they hold out. And it looks like your wishes might come true for Boro's team to stave off the defeat.
I'm not choosing any favorites or anything, but I just wanted to fight for him, you know?
There you go. There you go.
You know, Oro, we gotta have, we gotta see that.
Oro's liking it, feeling that energy, trying to write that story, that comeback story here. Sit a moment, breathe.
Kind of reset,
recenter, get set. But don't take too long because we've got the next game coming up here, Squad Alpha.
Let's go.
Pairing up against Team Oro, and they are feeling the tanks. We're going back with
I'm feeling the tanks. I really love the tanks. I'm all about it.
It looks like that armor was really able to see him through last match. I think they played well together as far as using the
and
cover.
Might as well go with what works,
and, hey,
right?
You know, so we're back to it. We're back in action.
I love how he's going up. I'm just watching what they're doing right now. Let's see here.
So just slowly, just center, just getting in position here. We've got
there it goes.
High up in the air right away, but they've got to feed on him.
That's a little rough right there.
It is. And I think this is really important to really just get on those quads that really try to establish their spot early. Don't let them have that aerial advantage. You know, really, if you can, clip the rings, really get on them, deter them.
Yes. I agree.
Fighting Cowboy will get in the mix here, and it looks like it's paying off for him. Just trading these bazooka shots, and with
he never holds back.
He does not.
This is now I'm really seeing like how his play style. He means it.
I think it's that relentlessness.
He's very relentless.
Really paid off for him here. I mean, again, he took the down here, but I mean, look at how much
putting on that pressure really is making a big difference here.
Yeah, I think it's important to have somebody like that in your team that's willing to run the ball down the field, and really just not flinch.
Right.
When the pressure's getting going. Good stuff. And Oro takes a clip, goes down.
And I think they all also feel it too, especially if he's so aggressive.
They do.
They get a little bit like taken back, it feels like. Just a little, but we'll see. Maybe they're just playing along. They could be playing the game.
It's a dance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a dance in a way.
They could be playing. I know I do when I'm playing games. Oh,
check it out. Everybody is zoning in here. Got a lot of that old
I just want to see 3-in-1 just like attacking.
Yeah,
that would just be so intense.
That's the big. Those are the hype moments.
I love that.
We've had a few of those come through here, but man, is it ever cool?
Oh, here goes
Fighting Cowboy.
I love how he's like just rotating around his.
Keeping locked. He finds a target. He commits. He stays on.
Locked on.
Like white on rice.
Ooh.
Takes the point blank tank boost kick. But check that out. His team there to back him up, just swinging in.
It's like a sandwich.
It's good.
They're like sandwich. They're like always. They're on point. You know, they're on point. They're sandwiches, and they're just shooting up.
Somebody tell them just hold the avocado there. There's enough metal to go around for everybody here, folks.
It moves so fast. I'm like, what is going on here? But they're sandwiches. They're competition. That's just. I'm sorry. That's what it looks like. Oh my gosh.
Man.
These heavyweights, my goodness.
I love it.
Even just watching, I see that they're just being able to stand their ground and also maneuver around so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem as agile as the ones in the air, it's still great. Oh, energy's all rough.
Oro's taking a lot of hits here, and again, if there's anybody, we said.
I think they just want to take them down, the team captain.
Definitely.
It just feels like that.
They've done it for the captains. Everybody's doing a really good job identifying those team captains and just really zoning in. And Oro just getting turned into guacamole. the team green. But we're still in there. Team Alpha up 749 to Team Beta 609. Still some time to make things happen with 140 left on the clock. Assault armor going off. I'm loving seeing everybody using this assault armor being both a deterrent, the defense also being a really good offensive tool. Everybody's really taking advantage of that.
No breaks.
Cowboy just taking half of his AP and not caring. Not caring.
I mean, the thing is,
focused.
I've been looking at the AP bar, so I'm just like, hold on. Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
Cowboy blitz. Team Beta not having it and trying to claw back into this lead. Team Beta's at 717. Alpha's 868. And they got roughly about a minute. Still,
1 minute left.
To make something
Anything can happen.
It is, again, game point for Team Alpha, but can we take things in overtime?
He's on him, though. You see that?
Oh, my. He's tracking so well.
He's so good.
And I can't describe how important this is. Again, like it's always been with Armored Core, keeping your opponent in that reticle.
Right.
Just keeping that track and just keeping your shot steady. Excellent work.
Beautiful.
Team Alpha going up to 107. And check it out. Boro trying to get out of dodge. sensing that pressure, that heat, not wanting to go down, but he is just chased down
He's
on the
just-
street corner.
He's exactly what his name is. Fight Cowboy.
Heinous crimes happening on the block here. Look, family, it's 2023. There's no police
so
in this
far
city.
away.
Somebody.
He's just going all out right now. He's like red bars
20
everywhere.
seconds on the clock, just not caring. They're looking to close this out, folks.
Right.
Fighting Cowboy and gang just
10
going
seconds.
in. 10 seconds.
Oh man, what's gonna happen here?
Turnabout's fair play, but we're about at time
Is
with
it-
4 seconds.
Oh,
And finally,
he's gotta feel the heat right now.
one, and that's
Oh.
game with Team Alpha.
This PvP is.
Team Alpha, look, our
we go.
villain of the hour, Fighting Cowboy, relishing the victory. Ouroboros, obviously, hey, saying GG, but man, feeling this. I
I'm
can
sure
see
he
it in
wants
his
to get
eyes.
revenge.
Oh,
already.
you know it.
He's like, oh, this ain't the end.
What we see here is the start.
No.